See, I'm that nigga that's gonna do my dirt under the sun. I've been hustling since the money begun. I keep a couple of rocks up on my tongue. Cause they come at a clock mine at a standstill and chill. Runs in the automobile cause it can kill. My destination to feed my whole bird. I vibrate on the download. With the first place you won't be showing the money you gonna be paying. Pop your ass about in the van and take these rocks about in my hand.
Cause I don't trust you and I ain't trying.
Hold up, nigga. I don't know. You gotta do it at the same time. You want something, get something. Prices on the drum, man. You're living up in my peeps, windows tinted, give him a couple of hours down, getting skin above his legs, and then I'm spit. It senses that them dudes be smoking this shit, getting roped in this shit, choking this shit. I got them flipping those niggas, you want some more that shit. Living a clique with niggas do what they gotta do. Blast get banged up on, fuck I'ma watch them fuck you. Nigga be living that life, playing that role as a gangster, but them niggas ain't gangsters, bitch. You gotta be begging up, you can beg them up being a fucking gangster. Both of them niggas be coming real, till you get to your blood feel, but that nigga got killed. That's how it be on that rough side. The tough guy, the strong guy, fuck with the wrong niggas on. The wrong prone, check the wrong shit, walk the wrong zone. Nigga, you get his dead and gone, bro. You nigga don't hear me, that's how we live into the saga. Stop every nigga in this mode got a Glock on my block. Niggas push rocks and dodge cops so they bitch are tired. Nigga, you living by the gun. Y'all nigga better have your fucking business. Cause Arm and hammer got my rocks swelling, laws yelling, prosecutors telling how my Glock was cocked. No head pop like a fucking melon. You might think that's the mind of a felon, but it ain't. That's young black nigga rebelling. Breath for breath, step by step, day by day, playing this game of death. My nigga let minded man slow. Nigga slinging waters, Georgia, Cali, turn New Orleans, hard to roll up. I'm in the pen, pumping that iron till I'm swole up. Grits and cheese made me bigger. Now I'm hitting it just a little bit harder than that next nigga. The first one up, run up. That nigga, that gon' get done up. When I put that fucking gun up, take two to your hip bone. Gone, gone. Nigga, that live wrong. Don't live long. Pop me to stop it. Cop block me, you bitches can't drive me. Hoes gon' still jog me. Cop me, knock me, niggas smock me. I seen Scarface twice, now I'm a fucking carbon copy. Pissing on society, insane probably cause I'm full of animosity. I'm kinda like Adolf, might huff and puff and blow your fucking hat off. Head off, spread off. Now get the 411 to 911 Red Cross. My mom didn't make me leave. 10 cents a 15, got me cocked diesel,
swinging like Conan.
Running from no man, but buku old fans. Talking more garbage, phone feel shit, trash and lies. I'm so funky they draw flies. If I rock one up, jack one up, it's simple enough to be dead, but your shit delivery. Change your gig, nigga saying big. Pass the fig, don't give me no fucking pig. I don't choose no swine. But eat Popeye chicken and watermelon to the fucking ride. Feel the grip with his black coat. That don't fuck around and get your bag grown fucking with them black folks.
No, you did. Hey, Jay, come back here. Jay. Old ass bitch, man. Jay. My money. Jay. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers be playing basketball and
What's up with it, family? What's the damn deal, man? This is Junior the Truth, and this is indeed the Punch Junkie podcast, man. Yes, indeed. Man, salute to the family. Today is Wednesday, July 10th, 2024. Salute to the family, man. Thank y'all so much for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you, man. If I had a million tongues, man, I couldn't tell you all. I could not tell it all. Man, thank you. Shout out to the LDBC, man, Lions Den Boxing community. Man, salute to the family, man. Salute to the Punch Junkie Network, man, the entire Punch Junkie family. Salute to everybody that, shows love, man, and make it do what it do, baby, man. I am indeed your host, Junior the Truth. You can follow me everywhere via social media. I can be found with the handle Junior the Truth. That's JUNIORTHETRUTH. And that's over all the social media platforms, man, each and every one. But if you're really looking for me, you can catch me over on the Punch Junkie Network, www.punchjunkie.network. The last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, man. I'm just gonna go ahead on, man, and tell you what it is. You feel me? It's the last place in the world for real fans of the sweet science, man. Man, I wish it didn't have to be so. I really wish it didn't have to be that, but man, it is what it is. It's just a lot of masquerading, man, around here with regard to the sport of boxing, man. It's a lot of masquerading with regard to fans of the sport. And so, yeah, man. Yeah. So Punch Junkie Network, man, is one of the last places in the world for real fans of the sweet science, man. www.punchjunkie.com is the actual site, man. And it'll get you to the Punch Junkie network, but www.punchjunkie.network. But you can go through punchjunkie.com, man. Salute to everybody, man, that goes over and shows love to punchjunkie.com. Hey, man, we here, man. We here. Salute. Hopefully everybody is well, man. Hopefully you all have been doing well, man. We got a lot of stuff going on in the sport of boxing, man. A whole lot of action and a whole lot of rigmarole, if you will, but there's a whole lot going on in the sport, man. So of course I wanted to get in here, man, and do my part. You feel me? And give it to you as I'm assuming is only give you my perspective as only I can. Salute to Big Dez. What's up with you, family? Salute to you, man. Brent Fox in the building. What's good with you? JC the Storytellers in the building. What's happening? Rob Singleton, what's good with you, man? Salute. Avboy Jr. 83 says, man, what y'all know about that, bro? What you know about that mystical, bruh? You feel me? The days of grace. Hey, Avboy, they can't erase what we was, bro. They can't take away what we was. You feel me? That's that flip from above the rim. They can't erase what we was. Salute to Big Dez Kunky Dog, man. He said, never disappoints, man. That mystical got me ready to go tackle something. You feel me? It got me ready to, it got me on my foolishness. Salute to Mahar Nation Sports Podcast. He says, good evening, Junior. The boy is delirious. The boy is delirious, man. But salute to you, bro. Good evening to you, too. MJ's Total Health and Wellness in Richmond in the building. What's up with you, man? Salute to you. Jeff Spark, Queens, New York in the building. What's up with it, man? He said, Grand Rising. Salute to you. Salute, family. Yes, indeedy. I'm gonna ask, man, customarily, or I'm gonna start being customarily. I ask that you come in here, man. If this is your first time here, man, stick around, stay a while. If you're a constant staple and you have been here, then automatically I would ask that you go ahead on and tap on the like button for me, man. And if you feel so inclined to go ahead on and share the content, but let's do away with the fluff, man, and let's go ahead on and get into it. So, man, we know coming off of the heels of this weekend's boxing, and I haven't done a recap of everything that has gone on with that card, but I want to zero in my focus as to not get long-winded and to not be up here long. I want to zero in my focus, and my focus specifically is on Shakur Stevenson, the great Shakur Stevenson, man, and in his fight versus Artem. I'm not going to even try the last name. Artem H. He fought Artem H. This weekend, man, over in New Jersey. It was his last. The storyline for the fight, well, of course, it was his last fight before becoming a promotional free agent. He has been, on Top Rank since the inception of his career. You know what I mean? We do know his career started in 2017, following his Olympic silver medal, and he went straight, signed with Top Rank, and it was on the flow from there. And he has been with Top Rank since 2017. It is now 2024. And here we are. It was his last fight with Top Rank. Um Man, it's so many levels to this, man. It's so much, man. It's so much. And so we had the fight. It was a fight in which Shakur Stevenson totally dominated Artem H. Artem H is a very capable German fighter. He is from Hamburg, Germany. He is very capable. We've seen his most notable performance up until this point was his fight versus his 12-round loss, unanimous decision to Frank Martin. It was a fight that we've a lot of fans felt that Artem H um, beat. You understand? Beat Frank Martin. He ended up taking a knee in round 12, which gave Frank Martin the edge. But prior to that point, he was in versus an undefeated Frank Martin. He was also undefeated at that time. And excuse me. And he was, what was he? Was he 12? I think he was 12-0 at that time. But anyway, that's his most notable fight. So he is very capable. As we all know, Frank Martin is a very capable contender level fighter. We just saw him get in versus Gervonta Tank Davis in the fight that he was knocked out versus Gervonta Tank Davis. But all in all, like I said, we did see we do regard Frank Martin, and Frank Martin is he is Frank Martin is Frank Martin is for all intents and purposes, man, he is a championship contender caliber fighter, man. I'm gonna just say that, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Um, I'm a person that, I don't believe that it was time for Frank Martin to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I do feel that Gervonta Tank Davis is amongst the cream of the crop at the 135-pound division. I am a realist when it comes to the sport of boxing. I you know I call it like it is with regard to where I feel fighters are, and I think that Frank Martin. I think this was just a little bit untimely for him, and I think the result is the result. I also believe that I'm not the only person that believes that Frank Martin versus Tank Davis fight was a little bit untimely. Um, I definitely would have liked to see Frank Martin, climb the rankings a little bit more, but the opportunity presented itself and he took it. So it is what it is. But anyway, so we saw Shakur Stevenson in Saturday versus Artem H. He totally outclassed him. He caused Artem H to uh, his whole entire game plan was null and void. There was nothing that he could do in versus Shakur Stevenson, and we saw a masterclass boxing performance versus Shakur Stevenson. Um, Now, as a result of that, there's a lot of spill out on social media. A lot of it, having to do directly with Shakur Stevenson and his response to the criticism from several people in the boxing in the realm of sports and entertainment, we'll just say. One of the most popular feuds that's come and kind of bubbled and came to the forefront is Shakur Stevenson going back and forth with Cameron and Mace from the Is What It Is what podcast. Salute to Cameron and Mace. But that feud betwixt them has come to the forefront, and that is the thing that everybody's talking about. This is the Hollywood drama, the piece of drama that black folks are now taking, and and I ain't even gonna say just black folks. I'm gonna say it are taking, and now you're seeing it on all of the the celebrity blog posts and blog sites and so on and so forth, and it's gotten in my opinion it's not it hasn't escalated uh out of control, but it is a very strong point of contention. You feel me? And what you have now is you have a lot of people coming out and speaking against um Shakur Stevenson. You got, fighters who are in and around his respective division talking about his boxing style, calling his boxing style boring, telling him what he is and what he isn't as a fighter, ushering in Teofimo Lopez, saying that, you're a $2-3 million fighter per fight like me, come on over here in the boat with me. You got Ryan Garcia saying what he says. You have Gervonta Tank Davis, who could actually be his nemesis, and they could actually make one of the best fights in the modern landscape of boxing. They could definitely make a fight of the year if they actually fought this year. But you have Gervonta Davis coming out taking his shots. Of course, you have excuse me, you have Lomachenko, coming out, and has been avoiding fighting Shakur Stevenson. You also, once again, you have Bob Arum the by way of the strategic plan of his company. And let's be real, the strategic plan of his company also, siding themselves versus against Shakur Stevenson. And so hence why you have the title of Shakur Stevenson versus everybody for this installment of the podcast, man. Man, I'ma just say this. I'ma just say this. The first things first, I'm not a person, I really feel like uh uh I'ma really say this. And the first thing is, I'm not a fan of this new era of boxing where where boxing meets social media. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning where fighters take to social media to air out their grievances, or to interact and to go back and forth. And I'm talking specifically about fighters, but that's for all athletes. I'm not really I'm not really of that ilk. I'm not of that world. And so I really, honestly speaking, I don't like it. I don't like Shakur Stevenson's activity on Twitter. I don't like, his activity on social media, period. I think he has gotten a kind of a bad rap for that, or not a bad rap. He's earned his reputation for that. So I'm not really on that. As far as the back and forth specifically with Cam and Mace, the thing that you have to understand is that Cam and Mace are they have a voice, and they have a powerful voice in the culture, and they specifically represent a certain sector of the culture, no doubt. But them speaking and saying what they're saying is from their perspective as fans. Whether you look at them as casual fans or hardcore fans, anybody that is really a hardcore fan, you won't really look at them and say, okay, they're hardcore fan. You won't say that. You know what I'm saying? You will say that they're, of course, casual fans of the sport. They're a little bit more educated because they do take what they do seriously, and they are on air talking about fighters, and and talking about fights and talking about the sport of boxing. But they've even said, and Kim even said it in the show in which they were going back and forth, the latest or yesterday's show, that they actually needed, they were looking for a boxing analyst. You feel me? So what that says is, of course, they're not the diehard boxing fans. They are a little more educated, but they, at the core, they're casual boxing fans, and it's cool. And there's nothing wrong with fans casually supporting the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? I don't know why we've gotten in this space where casual boxing fan is like an insult. Um, it's ridiculous because you know hardcore fans, casual fans support the sport. Casual fans spend money just like hardcore fans spend money. So how that became a negative thing, I'm not so sure, but whatever. Now, as far as I don't really look at the back and forth between, because I see back and forth a lot of times between like boxers and whatever, and it's kind of like playful banter or whatever, but I don't really see it as that. I see it as there's a lot of animosity in there between Shakur and Cameron and Mace. And I think that Cameron and Mace are receiving the backlash that Shakur has for a lot of people. Now, the problem with this, and this is where I'm gonna kind of lose some of y'all. My problem with this is the venom and vitriol and that negative energy that Shakur has for Cam and Mace is not directed at the mainstream boxing media. You feel me? Um, that cussing and calling Kim and Mace some bitch ass niggas, and when I see you, you better have a strap and all that whole ass shit that he's saying. Man, I wasn't trying to talk like that. I was not trying to talk like that. That slipped out. All of that energy is misappropriated because you're talking to them, but you have other analysts who you have direct contact with. You have other analysts that you're in fighter meetings with. You have the other analysts, an analyst who will get in the ring after your fight and totally disrespect your performance and totally negate what it is that you just were able to accomplish as a world champion in your post-fight interview. And you don't have the same venom and vitriol. You don't have the same venom for him right there in your face. So why is it that it's okay for you to have this explosion on Kim and Mace, but that same energy is not directed towards other people who are from other demographics who are actually pundits in the sport of boxing, and they're actually being disrespectful towards you in your face, and that venom and vitriol is not there. And see, this is where I get off the boat with a lot of you all, because you have people, because you all are so quick to disrespect Adrian Broner, but Adrian Broner got the same energy for everybody. Now, I want y'all to challenge that. Adrian Broner has the same energy for everybody, win, lose, or draw. Adrian the Problem Broner will sit and he'll call black reporters, black analysts, you a bitch ass nigga. You feel me? And he'll sit there and he told, what's my dude's name? I can't even call his name. What's my dude's name? What's my dude's name? He's a pundit. He's in the Boxing Hall of Fame. What's my dude's name? The dude when they were on and it was for the Manny Pacquiao fight, and Broner said, "Man, you a bitch ass nigga. We ain't talking to you. We ain't talking to you. You a bitch ass nigga. You always hating on me. You always on Twitter talking shit. We ain't talking to you. Get somebody else up here to ask me some questions." Al Bernstein. He told Al Bernstein to his face that you a bitch ass nigga and I don't fuck with you and I'm not answering your questions. And then Al Bernstein doing what it is that, they do. He tries to divide and conquer and then tries to talk to Coach Cunningham and says, well, Coach Cunningham, he asked Coach Cunningham a question. Coach Cunningham says he don't say nothing. He just looked. And then Adrian Broner say, you didn't hear what I said? He over here with me. He on my team. If I don't fuck with you, he don't fuck with you. It's gang, motherfucker. Like, this is what Adrian Broner said. He has the same energy. He has the same exact energy for everybody. You feel me? And so this is my problem when we have these fighters, especially fighters, man, especially fighters of a certain demographic that have different pockets of energy for different people. So this man can get in and I can't remember the analyst who interviewed him in the post fight. I'm sorry, I'm too many shots to the head. I'm terrible with names. You feel me? I used to put on a helmet and run into shit. You feel me? So you had to excuse me. But he gets in the ring and tells Shakur, how do you feel about them booing you? How do you feel about, people thinking that this is boring? How do you feel about people leaving? Never mind this masterclass performance that you just put on. You understand? These people will disrespect you. You have Tim Bradley, and I'm gonna tell you the honest truth from my perspective. You have Tim Bradley, and you have Tim Bradley's take on Shakur Stevenson and his take on Shakur Stevenson's fight. And Tim Bradley, no disrespect, Tim Bradley, I fool with you. I fool with you. But you look at this situation with Tim Bradley, and it's not hard. If you really understand, it's not hard to understand why Tim Bradley is still an analyst at Top Rank and why Andre SOG Ward isn't. Y'all don't let that go over your heads. It's really because Tim Bradley doesn't know. Tim Bradley will talk, and then he'll be following the script, and then Tim Bradley will come off the script and say, he'll say, oh, I got my coffee ready. Like, going into the fight as an analyst, I'm gonna get my coffee ready. And then he'll come off script like, man, this is a beautiful performance. So 1 minute he loves the beauty of boxing and he loves the ability of fighters to hit and not get hit. And then the next minute he's calling the man boring and following the script. You understand? He's all over the place. No disrespect to Tim, but this is the way that I see it. This is the way that I see it. He talks about yesterday. I'm listening to him talking this interview. I can't remember the dude he interviewed with, but Tim Bradley was in the car. Salute to the dude he interviewed with. I don't know his name. But Tim Bradley's in the car interviewing with him, and Tim Bradley says, "Man, you know, I'm in there and I changed my whole style because I needed to change my style and I needed to be more active in order to get more notoriety and to gain more fans. I changed my style to be fan friendly, and then I went in and I did this and I did that." Then he talked about the Provodnikov fight, and then he says he still suffers to this day from the results of that fight versus Provodnikov, which was a rough and tumble fight that Tim Bradley got hit a whole lot that he didn't need to, and he's telling you to this day he suffers the consequences of that fight. After he just talked about Shakur needing to change his style, I did it. I went in there. I got beat up more. I got hit more. Basically, is what he's saying. I went in there. I took more chances, got hit more, did more, so on and so forth. And now to this day, I'm suffering. I'm still suffering the consequences of that decision. Like, man, you coming and you going to somebody that's really listening. You talk out, and it ain't just Tim Bradley. It's a lot of people. You talk out both sides of your necks when it comes to this. But you have a lot. But my problem, let me get back to this. My problem is on Shakur's side, I don't like the Twitter and the social media shit. I don't like the vitriol that you have for these black platforms, and it's not the same vitriol and venom over here, especially because I've seen it. So I'm not trying to hear this. You can't do it. You can't do that. You can't do. No, I've seen it from a person who's one of the most polarizing figures in the last decade, not even probably the last 20 years of the sport of boxing, and that's Adrian Broner. Regardless of how you feel about him, regardless of his career, regardless he just got his ass beat by Blair the Flair Cobb. Adrian, we've seen it. We see people have the same exact energy. We've also seen other fighters not have the same energy, but we'll talk about that in a minute. You feel me? So ultimately, when it's all said and done, I'm not feeling that. And I think that Shakur is dead wrong for that. It's you dead wrong to call them bitch ass niggas and you better strap up when I see you. But then somebody can literally get in the ring and literally really affect your paper. Really affect your paper. And you don't have that same energy for them. I'm not on that. You feel me? I'm not on that. As far as how this feud and stuff impacts his image, bro, he looks tender. I'm just telling you the truth, man. It's not a good look. He looks sensitive. He looks tender. He looks like, because going into the fights, you're talking about how you gonna stop somebody, how you gonna, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And then you go into the fight and you're not delivering what it is that you say. You understand? Like, it's more energy and it's more aggression. And this is from a fan's perspective. It's more aggression in the lead ups to the fight. And then when you get in the fight, you're putting on a masterclass boxing performance. And that's an easy fix. Like, that's an easy PR fix. Like, that's an easy fix. But as far as this what this buzz is with this social media shit, what this is doing is it's creating an unnecessary negative imagery of yourself. The bad guy shit, like the heel, that's not gonna work for Shakur. It's not gonna work for him. It's not gonna work, bro. And that's it. And like I said, I don't know what the PR team is doing at this juncture. Like, I really want him to have his own PR and not just use the PR of the boxing. But he needs to have his own PR team. You feel me? To help come together and do something solid with his image. And it ain't just him. This is all of these young fighters. But as far as I'm talking specifically about Shakur, so I'm trying to stay here. Yeah. So it's not a good look. It's not a good look. You understand? It's not a good look. And see, as far as Shakur as a fighter, okay? Shakur Stevenson is a boxing prodigy. He is a master of this. A master. I won't. Let me not say that. He is a master class fighter. He's a master class fighter. Um, he does that science, and he does it in a way that nobody does. You feel me? Now, if he is indeed, in which I don't see, like a lot of people, like I see Queen saying he's scared. I see Be About a Farm saying he's a cautious fighter and he ain't with taking chances. I don't see that either. You know what I'm saying? Like what I see is a fighter who's defensively sound and he's defensive first. Even in this fight versus Artem H, he was there. He stood there. He was there the whole time, standing there, feet planted, and he still couldn't get hit. There's something to be said about that. You understand? Like there's literally something to be said about the skill of Shakur Stevenson. The kid is skilled. You understand? Like he's a skilled fighter. Salute to the homie Troy King, man. A whole bunch of Ohio shit. So I'm listening to Troy King talk, and it was on. I will share it on here, but I don't got it all queued up. But what Troy King said, and it made a whole bunch of sense. What he said was, if you're a fighter and you have a style, right? He's a amateur. He has a standout amateur career. He has a uh, tremendous pedigree, a tremendous style. His style he carried his style with him into the pro ranks, right? And what Troy is saying, and it makes a whole lot of sense in the world. Salute to Troy King. And what Troy is saying is that in order to become more exciting at the pro level and to be in this space where you're look like you're scared and you look like you're not willing to take chances and so on and so forth, you have to implement a certain level of skill in the professional rankings in order to accomplish that. And you have to learn those skills from a professional, from somebody that really did it. Like this is no knock to nobody else, but you have to get those skills and you have to learn those skills from a professional. And a lot of times what we see in the sport is we see dudes come through with the amateur ranks. They have success with their amateur team, and then they take their amateur team in the pros and they stay loyal and they don't really incorporate other stuff. And what Troy is saying, in order to look exciting, to be a cautious fighter, to be defensively sound, and still look to be exciting and explosive and so on and so forth, there are skills that you have to learn. And you have to learn and employ those skills. And I agree with that 100%, bro. And it's no different than any sport. Like okay, so it's one thing to play high school football. You understand what I'm saying? And it's one thing to be a high school standout and to go and to be, all city or all league or whatever the case may be. That's cool, right? And then you go to, and I'm gonna talk about my experience. So for me, being a all state and runner up, you know what I mean, Mr. Ohio football and first team all state, blue chip all American, parade all American, to be all of that, right? Okay, cool. And it was and on the high school level, it was this. So then you transition and you go to college, right? So when you get to college, the thing about college is everybody's a parade all-American. When you go Division One, everybody's first team all-state. Everybody's Mr. Wherever football. Everybody's league MVP. Everybody's that. So you go here and you a dog, but you go here, now you here with all kind of other dogs, and they come in all different varieties. You feel me? You got some inner city. You got some from Florida, some from Louisiana, some from Western Pennsylvania, some from New York, some from the Carolinas, some from Texas. How can I, not mention Texas? Some from California. Like you got dogs and they from all over the place, right? So now, what do you have to do in order to stand out on this level? On this level, now you have to learn and incorporate different skills, because what you did on that level to be a standout is not the same stuff that you're going to be able to do on this level. Though you can come and have this raw shit that you're dealing with, or this skill that you've worked tremendously on that level. Now, in order to come here and to have any similar success on this level that you had on that level, you have to incorporate a different skill set. So I agree 100% with what Troy is saying. And if you look at any school, look, you look at any sport, you're gonna see that. It was the same thing with anybody. Same thing with LeBron James. When he didn't go from being the same player at Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary, and then getting drafted by the Cavs and stay the same player. No, bro, there was things that he had to do in order to take that talent that he had there, and there's things that he had to do, things that he had to learn, things that he had to implement in order to be the player that he is now, arguably one of the greatest players of all time. You feel me? So I get that, and it makes perfectly good sense. But as a fighter, we have to be clear. Shakur Stevenson is extremely talented. You understand what I'm saying? Extremely talented. And I'm not looking at any situation where Shakur is ducking any smoke. I don't believe in any situation where I don't believe any situation. Boxing the Barbecue, what's good with your homie? Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I see y'all. Queen 71, what's up with it? Winston Lee, old school, what's happening? Rob Singleton, Craig L, what's up with you? King Vonnie 86, what's happening with you? Salute to y'all. My brother Be About It Farms in the building. What's happening? Um, Mahari said Shakur is scared to lose. Remember when I don't think he's scared to lose, bro. You feel me? Yeah, I don't think he's scared to lose. I really don't. You know what I mean? I think that, at the end of the day, and we're gonna come to that. Okay. So as far as him and the perception of him, the one thing I wish that he would have done that he didn't do, and I'm sorry, and y'all gonna be mad at me, and I know some of y'all gonna be mad, but I don't really care. He should have took that 25% and fought Dave Haney for undisputed. He should have took the 25% and fought Dave Haney for undisputed, because he can beat Dave Haney. Dave Haney can beat him too. Let's be clear. That fight would have delivered an opportunity for him to be the undisputed champion at 135, sight unseen, and then he could have got that shot, and then he could have went on and did what it is he did at one. That puts him in the opportunity, in a chance to be the undisputed champion at 135. Now everybody got to come see him. But he didn't take that opportunity. And he didn't take that opportunity, in my opinion. He didn't take that opportunity because of pocket watching. I'm just gonna say it that way. Because of pocket watching. Watching, comparing this, comparing that, feeling like you in this position and you not in it, and you not in the position to call the shots, and you gotta do this and you gotta do that. He should have fought Dave Haney at 135 for undisputed. He absolutely should have. And that is one of them things, hopefully he looks at in his career and he kicks himself and move forward. He should have taken that opportunity. And the fact that he didn't take that opportunity makes me question a whole lot of things, man. It makes me question a whole lot of things. Now, as far as everything, the smoke that's available to him, I'm gonna tell you, and this is the truth, man. People get mad, people gonna get upset, or whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is, Shakur Stevenson is who he is. His style is what his style is. Hopefully, he can work and get better. I don't like what I seen from him in this particular fight in the corner, arguing with his grandfather and doing all of that shit. He seems like he's coming unraveled under all of this pressure. So I really would like for him to get in a space somewhere where he can flourish. Maybe he needs to go and work with Bo Mack and them full time like everybody else. Maybe he just needs to full time and join that camp and just be there and keep his grandfather on the team, but let Bo Mack train him primarily. Maybe he needs to do that. I'm not sure. But he needs to do something, because he seems to be coming. He's coming unraveled, man. He's coming unraveled. But I will say this: he is who he is, and his style is who his style is. And for whatever reasons, your favorite fighter is not fighting him. Your favorite fighter is not fighting him. Your favorite fighter is not, if he's so boring and he's so scared and he's so this and he's so that, your favorite fighter is not fighting. That's the truth. And I'm not talking about what will happen, what could happen, could, would, should. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about your favorite fighter is not stepping to him and proving that he could do what he do. Period. Your favorite fighter is not stepping to him. And the way it's looking like your favorite fighter is not going to step to him, because they're able to play all of these politics and these political games, and they're able to sell you on the fact, and this is no knock to nobody, but but whoo, well, let's go on and fight. They're gonna tell you he's not a big enough star. He don't draw. He don't sell tickets. He don't do this. He don't do that. He don't sell pay-per-views. And then I'm gonna be able to go and I'll look at Tank, for instance, because Tank is the creme de la creme, and Tank is the pay-per-view fighter in the division. And I'm gonna ask, how many pay-per-views did Frank Martin sell? I'm gonna ask, how many pay-per-views did Ryan Garcia sell? I'm gonna ask, how many pay-per-views did Hector Luis Garcia sell? I'm gonna ask, how many pay-per-views did Rolando Romero sell? I'm gonna ask, how many pay-per-views did Isaac Cruz sell? I'm gonna ask, how many tickets did Mario Barrios sell? You feel me? Because all of those dudes I just named, outside of maybe Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson is a bigger star than him. He's a bigger star than him. And a fight with Ryan Garcia, and a fight with Ryan Garcia is excuse me, a fight with Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson is must-see TV, man, period. My brother Boxing Barbecue, hold on, I'm gonna come back to Be About Farms. Boxing Barbecue said he gonna get lined up too. You know, my problem with it, bro, my problem with it, the statement is the whole gon' get, like gon' get. You feel me? Like there's a certain element of like wishful thinking to that, bro. It's a certain level of wishful thinking to, yeah, he gon' get, like, you know what I mean? From our perspective, when we say that stuff, it's a certain level of wishful thinking because there's nothing that says that that's gonna happen. You feel me? And we don't have any historical data that will line up to that. We don't have any, like, we don't have any of that. And that's my thing with it. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens. Now, Shakur, man, and Shakur is he is who he is, man. You know what I'm saying? He is who he is. Now, he's in a position now where he's a promotional free agent. As we seen in that last fight, we saw Top Rank doing things that they did to sabotage his career, because that's what we see. You feel me? That we just tell the truth. That's what we see. We've seen it before. Don't act like any of this stuff is new. Them calling him a boring fighter, them putting a stigma on him, them trying to do things to devalue him, right? Do things to cause his value to plummet. So when he goes to the next when he goes to the next, venue, when he goes to the next promoter or whatever the case may be, his value will be diminished. You know what I mean? In hopes that he'll just, stay with me. Same reason, how motherfuckers be doing, it's like how they do they women, talk real bad about them, treat them bad, do all that stuff, try to degrade them. Don't nobody want you. Your feet too big. You ugly. You ain't cooked good. My house ain't been clean since my first wife died anyway. You feel me? Looking at that nigga. Oh, mister. You feel me? Y'all give them that mister treatment and hoping that they don't see their value and go off and live a better life. He split from Top Rank. You know what I mean? Now, Top Rank offered him, was being reported, a five fight deal, $3 million a fight, 5 fights, $15 million. I feel is a very fair fight, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, the reason why is because the reason why I'm sorry is because you're gonna be able to get the possibility of having some pay-per-view fights in there. You know what I'm saying? But 3 mil is a very fair offer, in my opinion. Now, I'm not telling anybody what they're worth. You understand? But I think that that's a very fair offer for the caliber of competition that they're going to be able to produce for him to fight, and in this market. Because we can be clear, outside of, Saudi Arabia, the money's not really there. And you can just ask the PBC. You feel me? The money's not really there. But to split from them, you know, I think it's at this point it's necessary. Because I'm gonna say this, and I've always said this point, and I'm gonna come back to this point. If Shakur Stevenson is who he is in the sport of boxing, right? And the promoter can then say, he's not a star. Look at him. We lose money on him. He's just not a star. You know what I mean? He's just not a star. He might be worth $3 million a fight, but look, he's boring. His style is boring. The fans are booing. They're walking out of the arena like he's just not a star. Okay. If the promoter says that, then let me ask y'all a question. If the promoter has a fighter, work with a fighter for 7 years, they've had him signed since his very first pro debut fight, since he won his silver medal in the Olympics, he signed with you all. You have steered the direction of his career for the first 7 years of his career. At the end of it, or you get to this point and then he's not a star, who's at fault? Who's at fault? Who's at fault, bro? Because I believe that maybe I'm under the old law, or maybe it's my perspective, maybe it's my business mind, maybe it's my organizational analytical mind. But if a fighter works with a promotional entity, especially one with such a historical historical storyline as Top Rank and been around forever. The owner or president, CEO, owner is 90 some odd years old, been around, worked with a great deal of legends in the sport of boxing, has put on some of the biggest fights ever in the history of the sport. And you work with them, and after 7 years, you are not a star, or you don't feel that your star power is where it needs to be with respect to the sport of boxing. Who's at fault? I'm a person that I'm gonna tell you, though there's enough blame to go around, a huge bit of that blame has to go to Top Rank Boxing. If Shakur's not a star, it's your fault. It's your fault. Be About It Farms just said it. He says, I live in Essex County, New Jersey. Wasn't a buzz for this fight, period. If you don't come back home, the people will forget about you. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? As I've told you, and I tell these young fighters all the time, and I pray that they listen to me, Abdullah Mason, Pops, everybody, I hope y'all listen to me. You have to build your fan base. You build your fan base, and the rest will come. You have to build your fan base. You have to build your fan base, and the easiest way to build your fan base is to build your fan base by staying loyal to your soil. Stay loyal to your soil. Shakur Stevenson, there's no way he should have opened up his very first fight. I believe, man, let me go back through here. He was in no, that's not Shakur. That's hold on. Shakur's premiere fight. No, damn. Where did hold on. His very first fight. His very first fight was in StubHub in Carson. He fought in Madison Square Garden. He fought in Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln. I think that's Nebraska. Madison Square Garden, Reno, Philadelphia, Las Vegas. He wasn't until, I don't even know how many fights this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 fights. His 8th fight was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then after that, Omaha, Nebraska, Verona, New York. Then he finally came back to Newark versus Alberto Guevara. You feel me? You have to build your home base. You have to build your home base. And then it has to be promoted. You have to be in the fibers. You have to be in the fibers, man, of the city, bro. You got to be in there, period. Build your base. You got to become the people's champion where you from, in my opinion. And then you go from there. And then you go from there. But this going away from, your home base is not good. Then also, because of the inability of Top Rank to promote certain fighters, let's just call it what it is. It is what it is, and we've seen the storyline before, and we see fighters go out and they follow the same storyline, and they fall out of favor with their home base, with their base, with their true fan base, and then they become ostracized, and then that affects their drawing power. You understand what I'm saying? So you have a situation. What have we seen before? We seen, and a lot of us that were able to see this, we saw when Shakur signed to Top Rank. Not saying that signing with Mayweather Promotions would have been any better at that time, but when he signed with Top Rank, we said, "All right, man, this ain't gonna go good." You know why? Because you can look at Bud and look at what Bud's dealing with. You feel me? And when Bud went through what he went through and he was suing Top Rank and doing all of that kind of stuff, those of us were sitting here looking at it. And what did we say? Man, this is going to go the same way for his little brother Shakur. And here we are. You feel me? Here we are. When you and what happened with Bud was the same thing. What was Bud doing? Bud, no disrespect to nobody. He was not tapping in with his fan base, bro. He was ostracizing himself from his fan base, which was not good because you have a it's never been as easy to access your fan base right now. It's never been this easy. It's never been easy to jump on a podcast and go do 1 million views. You feel me? It's never been this easy to pull up on somebody's platform and talk to them. It's never been easy to make rounds and go around different podcasts like Bill Haney and have and accumulate 10 million views in a year. I mean, not a year, in a month. All of that buzz because you willing to go sit down and chop here. You willing to talk here. You willing to go over there. It's never been this easy, but instead, fighters say, well, I'm not finna do that. I'm just going to go in the gym and I'm just going to box, which is cool. But then you got to understand that in order to be a draw, it has to be a combination. You feel me? Like there has to be a combination. And I really wish there was somebody in these dudes' teams and in their camps that could literally tell them that it has to be a combination, but you can't ostracize yourself from the people. When you look at Floyd, what was Floyd's biggest, one of the reasons why Floyd was the biggest draw was he was connected to the culture. He was connected to the rap culture. He was connected to the culture. He had the ear of the people. He was talking shit. He was flashy. He was unapologetically who he was at a period in time. So that captivated us. And people cheered for him. And he was whooping ass. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work in and out the ring. All right, man, I got to wrap this up because I got to go. The market didn't open and I'm in here still talking about this. You feel me? The question is Shakur Stevenson a star and a star with respect to the sport of boxing? I don't mean like a Michael Jackson bad. I don't mean none of that. I mean, is he a star? Is he a star? And does he have drawing power in the sport of boxing? You know what I mean? That's the question. Is he a star in the sport of boxing? Man, hey man, I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. His drawing power is not what it could be. Yeah, it's not what it could be. Yeah, it's not what it could be. Um, I'm a I'ma tell you. I and this is from my perspective as as a boxing enthusiast. He's a star. He's a star. But the thing you have to understand is You have levels. You understand what I'm saying? You have levels. You know, it wouldn't be this conversation about Shakur Stevenson if he wasn't a star in the sport of boxing. Like it wouldn't all this conversation, all this attention, all this back and forth with Cam and Mace, all of that. It wouldn't be if he was not a star in the sport of boxing. It wouldn't be a. It wouldn't be a. Yeah, it wouldn't be a conversation. Nobody's talking about Blair Cobb went out, whooped AB's ass, and nobody's talking about Blair Cobb. You know why? He's not a star. People, Devin Haney ain't fought in what 3 months, and people still talk about him every day. He's a star. Unfortunately, Ryan Garcia is a star in the sport. Tank Davis is a star. Shakur Stevens is a star. Nobody talks about Andy Ruiz, and Andy Ruiz has a big fight coming up against Gerald Big Baby Miller. They're not stars. You see what I'm saying? So like, as far as is he a star? He is a star in the sport of boxing. Um, and I'm willing to debate, anybody with that. You know what I'm saying? Because his popularity, is enough to quantitate him as a star. You feel me? But at the end of the day, is he a big draw? No. You know what I mean? No, he's not a big draw right now. That doesn't mean he can't be. And I have my thoughts about what he should do and what I think he can do to be a big draw, and what he's gonna have to do actually to be a draw. If he wants that money that the other dudes are making, because we in this pocket watching era. And so if he wants to get those money and to get those big paydays or to get those paydays that he feels like he's worth, um, it has to be he has to tweak. He has to tweak his whole, he has to tweak his whole, he has to tweak everything. He has to tweak his whole PR. They need to go. This ain't no disrespect, man. I don't know what's going on managerially and what's going on with regard to PR, but the whole PR need to be scrapped, bro. You know what I mean? And instead of coming out, and I'm gonna say this and then I'm done. You know what I mean? Because I ain't giving no more, I'm not giving no more game out for free. You understand what I'm saying? It's too much. I be dropping too much game on the ground. I ain't doing it for free. But I'll say it because I said it yesterday in the van. What he has to do, in my opinion, as a fan, is he has to do away with all of this talk that he's been talking or whatever the case may be. And he has to campaign on the fact of really truly being comfortable with who he is. Stop being, because he's insecure with who he is, because he's looking at his fights and his fighting style and what he's doing in comparison to other fighters. And no, I'm not other fighters. I'm me. And I am the best. And I am going to go out. I'm going to put out a masterclass performance. I'm going to totally annihilate him. There's nothing he can do with me. And your favorite fighter can't beat me. And I will do the same to your favorite fighter. I will do the same to Lomachenko. I will do the same to Tank Davis. I will do the same to Dev Haney. I will do the same to Isak Cruz. I will do the same to Frank Martin. I will do the same to everybody because I am the best. You feel me? Like he has to stand on that. Not this, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna whoop your ass, I'm gonna fuck you up and I'm gonna stop you and I'm gonna be, nah, I'm the best and you can't beat me, bro. I'm the best and I'm better than you and you can't beat me. And I'm gonna make you look just like I made him look, which is just like I made him look. Like that has to be his campaign. I'm the best. You don't like my style, come whoop me. You don't like what I'm saying, come shut me up. Like he has to take that stance and watch the buzz. Cause you know how we do. We instigators. If Shakur Stevenson say, look, I'm the best. I don't care what you think about my style. Can't none of these boys beat me. So now you're gonna be like, ooh. 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 You feel me? Ooh. Then we gotta look. And we gonna be looking like, Tank, what's happening, bro? Man, he talking, bro. We gotta get, man. Tank's, if Shakur Stevenson go off and every day, what if he just went off on social media, not went off every day, he just fired up live and said, I'm still the best. I'm still undefeated. Look at my face. I still ain't got no scars. Your favorite fighter can't whoop me. I'm gonna make Tank just look like I just made Artem H look, and then cut off the social media. What if he did that every day for like 2 months? You see what I'm saying? Like, you got a campaign or whatever your stance is, you got to make this stance on, bro. I am a boxing purist. I know that, it's guts and gore, and everybody want to see blood and guts, and people who never been punched in the face before want to see people knocked out cold and all that. Like, I get it. I am a boxing purist. I'm gonna beat your ass for 12 rounds, and you're not gonna touch me because you can't touch me because you ain't good enough to touch me. You ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it, Flash. Hit him with that Eddie Kane Jr. You feel me? You ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it, Flash. Hit him with that, bro. And you stand on that every day. Every day I'm contending. I'm the baddest motherfucker at 135. Can't nobody beat me. I'm the world champion. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna touch me. I make all these dudes look the same on every level. I make them all look the same. And that's just that. But to me, having this lashing out at Cam and Mace and boxing pundits, and you just a bitch ass nigga and you soft, and when I see you, you gonna have to strap up and blah blah blah. That shows me that you're weak in the mind. You're still young and immature, and you're weak in the mind. And that also shows me that there's nobody around you pulling you to the side and giving you news you can use in my legendary Top Cat voice. And if they are, then you're not applying it, which makes it even worse for you. But at the end of the day, Tank Davis is Tank Davis. It's a beautiful thing. Frank Martin is Frank Martin. It's a beautiful thing. Vasily Lomachenko is Vasily Lomachenko. That's a beautiful thing. Shakur Stevenson is Shakur Stevenson. It's a beautiful thing. What I want to see as a fan is I want to see all these dudes fight. And I want y'all as fans to stop putting up barriers and stop supporting barriers of entry. Stop supporting barriers to entry. Stop putting up all of this shit that tells and all these reasons and rationales why Tank ain't got to fight Shakur. Tank Davis absolutely has to fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson absolutely has to fight Tank Davis. Shakur Stevenson already balked at the opportunity to become undisputed and fight Devin the Dream Haney. He can't have no more of that on his jacket. You feel me? Vasily Lomachenko absolutely has to fight Tank Davis. Tank Davis absolutely has to fight Vasily Lomachenko. Vasily Lomachenko been calling Tank Davis out for 6 years. He absolutely has to fight him. You feel me? Like, these dudes have to fight, bro. They have to fight. They all need each other, and they all need to fight. And if they don't fight, and then at this juncture, you gotta talk. Shakur has to put a target. If it's Tank Davis, he has to target Tank Davis. This is the fight I want. And he should call him out every day and go to everybody that listen to me. He should, like I said yesterday, instead of arguing and bickering and going back and forth with Cam and Mace in that capacity, he should have got the link and went on the show. He should have linked up with him and went on the show. And he should have sat there and said, y'all telling me y'all boring. I see the video. You laying on the floor asleep, blah, 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 blah. You understand what I'm saying? That's cool. Whatever it is, cool. Your favorite, who you think can beat me? Who you think can beat me? And then when they say, well, you got to stay away from Tank because that's what Cam did. And he should say, Cam, Tank can't beat me. He don't want no problems with me. And he should put that in the air, and then he should stand on that, and he should campaign on that until they had a fight. And Tank knock him out. No, he should campaign on that, bro. He should campaign on that. But and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna give this little piece, and then I'm done seriously because I gotta go. All you young fighters and Shakur, and listen to me, bro. You cannot say fuck the fans and then spaz out and act like a wiener when the fans don't fuck with you, bro. You cannot say fuck the fans and then spaz out when they don't mess with you, bro. You gotta stop, bro. That's like everybody that supports the Black Gentleman Grooming Company or the Punch Junkie magazine. Everybody supports the Punch Junkie magazine and the Punch Junkie merchandise. You feel me? That's like me sending that mass email and saying, man, fuck y'all. Bro, these are my customers. These are the customers. Everybody that supports the Black Gen, I don't say fuck y'all. I'll send a promotion. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a promotion. I'm gonna start a promotion today. And it's gonna be the Punch Junkie promotion, because we said it here on the Punch Junkie podcast. To all my returning customers, I'm gonna do a buy one, get one. We're gonna do a buy one, get one for the rest of the month of July. Buy one, get one. We're gonna do a buy one, get one 50% off. You feel me? Like, you appreciate your customers, bro. You appreciate, like, the fans are your customers, bro. You don't say fuck the fans and then be upset when they go somewhere else. Why somebody would man, bro, you can't do that. You can't spaz out. You can't make excuses. You got to be intentional with your body language. When the fight's over, you can't, like Queen saying, you can't make excuses of why you ain't perform or why you didn't get the stoppage. You didn't get the stoppage, bro, because you're not a stoppage fighter. But you know what you did get? A masterclass performance, bro. You put on a masterclass performance. And the whole objective, like a lot of people forget in the sport of boxing, is to hit and not get hit. It's to hit and not get hit. It's to hit your opponent more than he hits you. And if you need to decision yourself, you know what I mean, on to being undisputed and so on and so forth, that's cool. But you just stop comparing yourself and your style to somebody else, because Tank Davis's knockout ratio is tremendous, bro. But you know what's not tremendous? And his level of competition. And that's the reality of what it is that we talking about, bro. Like, that's the reality. And now he's getting more step-up fights. You feel, well, I don't know, man, because I'm looking at this now, and I'm going to tell you, even to this day, I still think Tank's toughest fight was probably Mario Barrios was the toughest fight, man. All things considered. That's just the truth, man. We got a Pedraza on there, maybe Pedraza and Mario Barrios. Isak Cruz ended up actually being the toughest. Isak Cruz actually ended up being the toughest. Yeah, Isak Cruz was his toughest fight. And as you see, he didn't knock out Isak Cruz. Salute to y'all, man. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. You have absolutely no idea, man. None whatsoever. Salute to everybody that shows love to the Black Gentleman Grooming Company, man. www.theblackgent.com. That's www.theblackgent.com. We do have a line of all natural handcrafted groomer products specifically with you in mind. So be sure to come check us out, man. www.theblackgent.com, man. This is Junior the Truth signing off. Give me your daily reminder, man, to view your life like a pair of dice until your life looks like a paradise, man. I'm a high-born player made. If you don't know anything else about me at the end of the day, I got to keep pushing, baby.
We offer the best grooming products for you. Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We want to help be your swagger, your style, class, and luxury. We make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah, so get in style with the Black Company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The Black Gentleman Company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.